Greetings, YouTube. It is late. My voice is starting to get hoarse. It's been 2 days into a first 5-day week of teaching. I really do appreciate everybody who asks me, "How's it going?" Who wants to just check in. Like that's amazing. That's really cool, and it means a lot to me because even though I've never met most of you, like you all could be completely different people than I expect, right? Like people who have summoner names on, say, the Line app, like that could be anybody of any age. I still feel like you're friends, and you're even like sort of family, and that might sound even unhealthy or weird, but that's how I feel. So, thanks for asking about my real life away from the game. With that being said, this video might be old news to some of you out there, but I didn't have a chance to go through my Line messages until late today, and I had the same message from Yarg and my man Brian Shadow Strike, which is pretty exciting in terms of the future of the game, or at least just in terms of information. You might not find it that it's exciting in terms of like whether or not these champions turn out to be good, but we've had a bit of a debate on this channel and in this community as to what class Scarlet Witch should be, because of course people have been saying she's not Mystic, she's a mutant. And now that we have Quicksilver in the game, it's worth noting that he is not a mutant either. He is coded into the game as a science champion, which again, people have pushed back on, saying just like Scarlet Witch, he should be a mutant. And I get the argument, but Kabam is pretty good about having justification for these things, and I do not want to pretend that I have this insane knowledge of the comics, because I absolutely don't, to justify what I feel like is just sort of common sense, but common sense doesn't always mean common knowledge, and common sense is sometimes wrong. So Kabam on Instagram, as I blacken the screen for a second, put out a chart, which is fascinating for a variety of reasons. It is titled the Maximov Family Tree, and you can see Magneto and High Evolutionary, the parental part of the tree, and then that produces 3 children: Polaris, Pietro, aka Quicksilver, and Wanda. And then from there, we've got Crystal, Vision, although this tree makes it almost look like Vision is Wanda's kid, which of course would not be a good message to people generally if you were talking about love. So it's not exactly true. You do see that something has separated out of this and formed its own children, and that is, well, Tommy and Billy. And you can see we've got Wiccan's face right there. But then Crystal, underneath her, you've also got Viv, Vision, and I'm not going to lie, this specific picture of Luna makes me slightly uncomfortable. It just looks almost too real. Like I'm looking at like a child documentary or something. And then next to Crystal, you have Medusa, somebody that we have seen in the game for a very long time. And so this seems like a pretty logical conclusion. I'm not like trying to claim this is a fact. It's simply a question. So like years ago, I made a video that turned out to be false, that Jessica Jones could be coming to Mcoc in the next year or two because she was on the promotional materials for the game. And I still think there were original plans to put her in the game. They just didn't, for whatever reason. And I still find it confusing to this day that they would use a picture of a champion that's not in the game. I know that was years ago when there were far less champions in the game than there are now, but it still remains to this day to just be a confusing marketing choice. But, one could surmise from this that we have some champions toward the end of 2022, and who knows, to start off 2023 who will be joining the contest that are rooted off of this tree. You can see the Kabam logo in the bottom left and the Marvel Casino of Champions / Contest of Champions logo in the bottom right. So, Mr. Yarg 2015, I appreciate it, Brian Shadowstrike as well. What do you think? Would you like to see these champions in the game? I gotta be honest, I mainly know them from WandaVision, which also means I don't know some of these champions at all. And I could lie to you and say I've got this Marvel knowledge that I definitely don't have, but it's too much work to say things you don't know. Just be honest. I'm learning as much as anybody else on the fly. All right, it is late. It is 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. I've got to teach in 6 hours, so I better go. But thanks for watching. Have a good one, and good night or good morning, depending on what time you're watching this, everybody.